Alright. Hopefully we're good to go today. Rogue with the hardcore to the mega to the max. Give it the hardcore. And, yeah, yeah, I don't know how I messed up the title. But there it was. Okay, so yeah, we're in this tent. I didn't realize we could zoom in quite this far. We're in this tent with the music pumping. And, yeah, we talked.
The large-headed youth has closed
to Egghead.
his eyes, lost
That's
in the
disco!
Sensing you, he opens them.
Incremental progress! Yeah!
And we made him more medium-minded. What's their term for it? It's a moralist. Okay, but we haven't talked to these two yet. And we need to go places, but let's talk to them first.
I'm just annoyed.
What if I want to speak to you first, Noid?
I suck at socialising, man. If you go speak to Andre, I'll have time to tune in, get a reading on your side.
Before we switch talkies, return back to his tools. Alright, fine.
Picks up a thin metal saw blade and nods.
Sync the signs with Noid. Okay.
You see a young
Now we'll talk to Andre.
bleaching the tips of his
Right back
hair.
into the jam, right back into the tent. We're
Puts
right
the
back
toothbrush
in.
down and extends his hand in greeting.
Puts the toothbrush down, stops bleaching his
Hello,
hair.
I'm Andre. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Oh, that's more more formal than I expected. I get 2 max win runs in Runeterra. Very nice.
There is definitely something futuristic about his hair, aggressively so. You get the sense that this is what the future will look like.
This is what the future will look like, says Conceptualization.
Imbecilic, yes, should the future ever come. It will look deeply imbecilic, like this guy.
Still shake his hand. He said pleasure to meet
His
you.
grip is strong, sweaty, and warm. He's trying to project and inspire confidence.
He's trying. Is he succeeding? The Fame Emperor. Ooh, in Fire Emblem. That's much better than the Flame Emperor. The Fame Emperor does portray a different image.
This is my posse, Noid.
Noid and Egghead.
The young man with earrings looks at you suspiciously.
Guy has a, wow, how am I? A bit of a David Bowie look.
And Egghead. Egg!
Egg!
Together with a Settle Burger, who's out there right now, doing
Yes.
some seriously progressive sonic experimentation, we like to think of ourselves as music venue organisers.
How many music venues have you organized? None.
We have many in the pipeline, officer.
Many in the pipeline.
That means they haven't set up a single one yet.
Right, why are you here?
You see, we've been all over Jamrock North, prospecting for real estate to establish a new venue in.
Also for talent.
Give the same outfit you sneak out all. It's got the white mask on.
Yeah, thank you, Egghead. And while there is no shortage of raw, unfettered talent spinning tapes in Jamrock, we've had rotten luck with the real estate part.
Alright, they've got tapes but no real
This is a
estate.
shithole.
I apologise for my friend Noid's potty mouth. I realise this is not how you speak to a police officer. He has authority issues.
That's interesting. So this may not be actually how Andre would talk normally, but he's formalizing it because he's talking to the police. There's no need. This place is pretty bad. Next time, watch yourself. Samuel, your friend Sel said there was a problem with the church. Well, that's good. Well, I mean, let's try to endear ourselves to him. This priest's pretty bad.
Which brings me to the problem of occupied ecclesiastical property.
Ecclesiastical.
I bet you've noticed the derelict hive of narcomania on the coast.
Narcomania. Wait, so he's not into drugs at all?
Finally, someone who understands the plight of narcomania. Play it cool. You might have an ally here.
The plight of narcomania. We've got the, where is it? The opioid receptor antagonist, which is against the narcomania. The world needs a narc. The world needs you. Remember we gave away our hat? Oh yeah, we gave away our racist hat. Oh, I hope that doesn't come back to bite me. Narcomania, what are we talking about
I'm
here?
talking about the church. And I'm not exaggerating. Even a place of spiritual refuge can become a magnet for all sorts of dopeheads and burnouts if left unattended.
Dopeheads and burnouts. Andre's very against the narco.
Dopeheads!
Oh yeah, I saw you mention it on the Discord, Lyra. Yeah, didn't watch a 5-hour complaint video. But you can find one for Firefly.
Burnouts.
Well, I'm sad to say.
So
this is exactly what happened.
none of
Sad
them.
because we were just about to put Martinez on the map with one of the maddest dance clubs in Jamrock. Nah, strike that. In Revachol.
None of them. None of them are into drugs. And our character doesn't take drugs either. Presently. Apparently it's just recommended to Lyra in like YouTube suggestions was this 5 hours. Why Doctor Who sucks now type thing.
Strike that! The world!
The world, the best dance club.
And sadder yet, because the dopeheads and burnouts hold up in there were the worst kind.
So there are dopeheads and burnouts in the church right now, the church which is locked.
Good. This calls for an opinion. You're an expert in those.
What kind? I won't stand for narcomaniacs of any kind. No narcomaniacs on my watch.
Yes. And the worst part is, they're also spooky.
Spookiness is not a matter for police investigation. What do you mean by spooky?
I was hoping you would be the judge of that, officer.
3
All
spooky,
I can
5
say
me.
is, their spookiness is the kind that keeps us from restoring this church into a community centre and a place of spiritual refuge. Also, they don't eat or clean the building. Shit's gonna collapse.
Gonna
People
collapse.
just wanna spin tapes without them spooking it up. Place has bad signs. No one can dance like that.
The narco does not have a beat and you can't dance to it.
Thank you, Egghead. So you're gonna look into it, right? It should be a police matter. Getting them out. Whatever spooky stuff they're doing.
Obviously,
I'm
it sucks
sure it's
now
not
since
as
Moffat
easy
left.
as-
Although a lot of people said it sucked once Moffat got in and after, names. Who ran Doctor Who before Moffat? I know the name. It's the edge of my perception. Russell T Davies, right? Yeah. I know it's at the edge of my perception. I can find it. Okay, let's see. You're gonna look into it. Police matter. I'll look into it. Tell me more. Get the task. Make a mind later. I have questions now. Police have enough. Let's look into it.
Alright, man.
Help the ravers start a nightclub.
Andrew is obviously very happy you took him seriously. The whole tent is. The boys exchanged giddy looks.
So tell me Noid put a padlock in the door. Why?
Oh, so you met her? Good.
Good.
He's not as glad as he would like you to think. There's concern in his voice.
I did ask Noid to install a measure against more drifters wandering in. It's a temporary fix, just something to contain the situation.
Brooks says they enjoyed the Moffat years thoroughly. Moffat's first year, the Series 5, that's my favorite Doctor Who ever. Love Series 5. The 6, not quite as good. And I kind of thought fell off on 7, but 5 is my favorite series. I did ask Noid to install a measure against more drifters wandering in. It's just a temporary fix.
I
Okay.
had to do it in an hurry. Not my best work, but it should hold for a while.
How many people are locked in there?
How long? Like a week, maybe?
Oh, sorry, how long have they been there? Sure they haven't starved to death? This is cool. Take initiative like this. It's proper citizen behavior. I endorse it. I can be sure they haven't starved to
I'm
death.
super sure they're alive. I mean, come on. I'm at least 90%, maybe 85% sure they're still alive.
Great.
Somewhere in the
Ooh.
ruinous past that led
Encyclopedia.
you here, there was something called exams. You may have learned the term involuntary manslaughter. there.
85% is good enough. No one lives forever, baby. Not good enough when you deal with another person's physical well-being. Andre, do you know what involuntary manslaughter means? I'm gonna ask it, but he might get upset.
Yes, I do. I listen to Channel 8 all the time. I know about crime stuff, and I assure you, officer, this is not what's happening here. I'm at least 80% sure they're alive. I mean, come on. Most people aren't ever that alive in their entire lives.
You went down. You went down from 90 to 85 to now 80%. I wish I could call him out on the percentage dropping. What does that even
I
mean?
don't know. What does anything mean, really?
Oh, yeah.
Is there actually 5 out of 5 for like a video, or would I misunderstand? It'd be fun to watch with the series. Oh, I imagine there's something like that out there. I was just referencing, you complaining about things like the holographic window when we were playing Yakuza the other day. That's all I was referencing. It was a callback. I catch your drift. Sounds like nonsense. Nah,
I knew you'd get it. You're
Fine.
one smart cop.
I'm just gonna endear myself to him. I get by. Now with that padlock, I need the key.
Ready to answer the questions of one smart cop.
Of course. Noid, give the officer the key.
All right.
The speed fig dips into his belt pack, produces the yellow key, then he makes a sudden cool, infused move, tossing in your general direction. 28% chance, be the cool cop, catch the key as it flies towards you. Let it fall to the ground and pick it up like a normal adult person. Well, man, we don't even need much reaction speed to do this, right? It's a 28% chance with our reaction speed of 1. But I'm gonna try anyway. Maybe we'll fail miserably. We probably will.
It's as if
Yep.
time is frozen somehow. You think you can sense the key moving in the air. Yeah, this is going to be way cool.
Failure. Failure. 7 out of 10. Don't ruin the cool by overdoing it. Raise your hand in front of your face with minimum effort.
Blam! Straight in the eye. Straight in the old eye orb. In the looking ball. A stabbing pain. Tears stream uncontrollably from
Oh, shoot. And now I have to yell at him. Can't you submit pain now?
I'm super sorry. That was totally my bad. I got overexcited. Threw him too hard. I'm sorry.
He looks like he's genuinely sorry. He didn't throw them better.
You almost murdered me, a cop. That's use of lethal force. I can't back out of this. All we can do is be very, very
I
upset.
really am sorry, man. Just take this, okay?
It's the least you could do. Take the money. I don't need your pity money. Now, where were we? Don't take the money. Let's not take the money.
The key?
He is shifting in his spot, uncomfortably, still feeling sorry for the mishap.
We were talking about the padlock, I think.
I wonder if that'll give us a positive or negative bonus. That's why I didn't take the money. I figure if we take the money, it might give us a negative bonus when we talk to Noid in a second.
Sure, man. Tell us what you want to know. Let's do it.
Who's in the
Truth is,
church?
I don't really know. None of us do. I don't even know how many there are. All we've seen are glimpses.
If it's FC hardcore content, it's within hardcore genre. Blah, 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 blah. I've got no follow-up. We do have the mature content flag on. There's the follow-up. David, I don't think I've said I. And I believe there's 2 music genres called hardcore. With 2 words, then hardcore, a subgenre of rave music. Hardcore rock. See, I didn't know it was a genre itself. I thought it was just an adjective to be appended to anything. Hardcore swing music. You haven't seen him? You want to get police involved?
There's also the machinery.
The machinery.
Is of the deeply mystical variety.
When I
Mystical.
first scouted the place, back in February, it was abandoned. Empty.
Uh-huh.
Took some time getting the crew together. So about 2 weeks ago, we came here hoping to set the stuff up. Suddenly, there are all these strange machines lying around in there.
There's machines in the church?
One of them has wires running into bowls of water. Wires into water. Never seen anything like it.
Deeply mystical.
Andre, tell him about the feeling.
Oh, and it felt like there was something in there with us, watching us from the dark.
No, the other one.
The other thing.
Which other one? I'm not as in tune with my emotions as you are, Egg.
Felt like silence. Awful silence.
Hey, now we're talking about Doctor Who again. Silence will fall.
For this man, even regular silence is awful enough. But that was something greater.
Need pretty high empathy to see that. But you haven't physically seen anybody.
Not exactly. We've just seen someone who we think is a woman go in and out of the church.
Woman out of the church?
And we felt someone or something eyeing us inside. But that's kinda it.
Red hair, maybe?
Sure, why not?
Why not? They don't know.
Not really. Brown
Oh.
hair. Old. Heavy, dark science.
So Noid, Andrew's like, yeah, whatever. Noid's like, no, she had brown hair.
What Noid said.
Ruby's gone. The woman is someone else.
Okay. What was that thing watching you?
You aren't alone.
It wasn't quite human, if you know what I mean.
Not human. As in
Ghost.
a ghost. Do you know what he means?
It was this dark shape climbing upside down along the ceiling, like some kind of crab man.
Climbing upside down along the ceiling. Some big bat? A crab man?
Yeah, you know, the way it was climbing up and around the ceiling, like a crab.
It was stalking a cell. Exhibiting
Put padlock in the door with
ambush
someone inside. Yep.
Odd. Crabs are usually marine creatures and not known for climbing walls.
Ambush behavior. Nod. Crab man. Are you sure it was a crab man?
Yeah, totally. I mean, I didn't personally see it. A cell was alone that time.
So we could probably ask a cell about the crab man.
Running and says there's a crab in there. There's a crab in there.
Crab people.
You should ask her about it, but be nice. Don't tell her you don't believe in the crab.
That's the 5th time I've heard that sentence.
There probably is no crab man. Don't let them draw you in with this nonsense.
Says logic. What about the machinery?
Annoyed about that.
Talk to Noid, okay.
Burnout and dopehead sign from them. Probably jacked up to some snuff station too.
How can you be
Very likely.
right? How can you be sure they're dopeheads if you haven't seen them?
Well, honestly, I can't. But I am.
He's very confident about nothing.
This is a below feeble attempt at avoidance. Basically, he is attempting to weaponize idiocy.
I don't see a single thing wrong with that argument, which we'd probably be forced to say if we didn't pass the rhetoric trick. You can't, but you do. Weaponized idiocy. I mean, this is mean, but...
Hey now, I'm 70% sure they're substance abusers.
70%! He's gone from 90 to 85 to 80 to 70.
Don't let all that technology fool you. Where do you think the drugs come from?
Alright, let's talk about someone else.
What?
Who are the
Oh
Ecclesiastes?
yeah, that's a meteor and name for the founding party. Thought it'd be cool to use it.
If you don't know what the founding party is, there might be a way to mask it with minor demagoguery.
We're gone. What do you mean by Meteoran? Mask it. Now humor me. What is the founding party? Don't mask. I don't even know what the founding party is. Rhetoric mask it.
Come to think of it, I've never really looked them up, you know? I can't give you a precise definition, but they're a very powerful religious organization.
Andre doesn't actually know anything. He has approximate knowledge of many things, but he tries to sound very confident about it. He looks like Einstein to be fair, you think? I can kind of see how the shadow looks mustachy. And
they have roots in ancient mass society. And they're the custodians of the Pericarnassian church. Plus, they anoint the innocents. They, like, made the innocentic system, no?
would this ancient religious organization anoints the innocents want a club for anarch music in one of their churches? Not exactly the kind people would want loud anarch music in their church.
Totally.
Totally, without a trace of doubt.
Pericarnassian church is about love.
Love.
Music is about love.
Love.
I got love for my Pericarnassian posse.
Love.
Is the relay out of death. We dance.
They did have frosted tips, right? You usually see black and white foes, so it's hard to tell.
Love is hardcore.
Hardcore!
Unity. Unity.
Make some noise for my Insulindian posse.
You feel it. The anodes and the cathodes coursing through you. Your big toe starts tapping along to the base, as if testing the waters.
No words, enjoy the beat. I guess love can be pretty hardcore. I said we talk about what posse? Now, I understand it was lame of me to suggest otherwise. Knock music is about love, and so is the church. No, this is too much. No sane organization this level of absurdity in their church. I'm just gonna nod my head with the physical instrument check. I kinda do like, I guess love can be pretty hard. Actually, maybe I like this better.
Oh yeah, it can.
He's coming around. You're getting it.
What's a posse?
Your posse's like your people, man. Like you got your cup posse. You look out for each other and you party together. That's a posse.
But Kim's outside. He didn't want to come in the tent. Unity, precision, perfection. Yeah, that's hardcore.
And where is your posse?
Oh no.
Nothing comes to you. The world is silent.
Oh no! And where is your posse? Nothing comes to you. The world is silent. Maybe if we had 2 more points in camaraderie, Kim could have shouted into the tent or something. Oh. Oh no. I might have 2 pieces of camaraderie gear we could put on. Sounds like you're saying random things. Love, posse, make noise. Enjoy the beat.
Feels good.
That's all we get. Sounds like you're saying random things.
Yeah!
He looks at you mysteriously. Alright. Anarch music is about love.
Yeah!
Yeah!
Qatar, the place to be!
Encyclopedia?
He seems ecstatic
Nope.
that you share his vision
Empathy.
of Pericarnassianism.
Do it for the masses. Do it for the crew.
Are you still doing your mirror playthrough? I haven't done any more of it since we talked to Class A. That's as far as I've not explored anywhere across the canal on the mirror playthrough. There's escape scum this. I'm gonna try.
It was pretty lame of you to imply otherwise. Anyway, you got more questions?
The one with the large head is still looking at you, nodding his head, waiting.
And
for
finally,
you
wanted to
to
ask for tentful
Yes.
equipment.
What?
You brought your own water.
Yeah. Good to have, bitch to carry. When I first scouted the place, I did some reconnaissance. I'm not sure the church even has running water.
It's distilled.
Oh,
He doesn't know what to
it's the
say.
one they sell at the fuel station.
It's like he's lying to you, my liege. But he's slippery enough that there's nothing for you to grab hold of.
Huh. Alright.
He nods enthusiastically,
Ooh.
no doubt a little relieved.
-2, convinced you're a smart cop. -1, narcomania is a plague. +1, headphones were sold. Maybe everything isn't quite as you've been told. Take a moment to analyze. I bet we could get a bonus to this if we go talk to him now. We also might have some gear that can boost our logic.
As always,
And we can also talk to Noid too. Hold on though, let's go ahead and make a save here. But do we have camaraderie gear? We've got this with camaraderie. Do we have anything else? I need one more piece of camaraderie. Do I have anything else with camaraderie? Unless I have something that's lowering my camaraderie. The answer is no. No. I don't have the gear. I don't have the gear to pass that check. What a shame. Oh well. So there's a logic shirt. And here's some logic glasses. Do we have anything else logical? Try to pass that check. +1 logic jacket, actually. +2 logic hat. Alright. I think this is as high as we can go on logic right now. This is interesting. I think I failed this check too. Didn't think to redo it. Play on console, and then we have over the past checks. Oh, that's annoying.
Hi again. So, how things
Wow, look at that. Look at that. We boosted from 8% to 58%.
A number of things don't add up. Let's take a look.
Let's take a look. We actually rolled a 20 and we only needed a 16.
How about gather around, kids?
Drama. What? That's disrespectful. I got bad news for you, Andre. Things don't add up.
what things?
He senses something is wrong.
This isn't the making of this club. It's a tent full of laboratory equipment for manufacturing drugs. Oh!
I have no idea how you arrived at that conclusion, but it's wrong. Look, we even have speakers.
We have
One
speakers.
speaker. They have one speaker.
Where's his friend? Did he lose his friend? You have no headphones. We're gonna sell neither headphones, suspend tape. Distilled water, cornerstone of a clean lab. He
What do
lose
you
his
mean,
friend.
friend?
The other speaker, you only have one.
It's a one-speaker system. It's monodynamic.
Monodynamic.
You wouldn't know the first thing about sound reproduction in anodic music. Other speaker.
This may be the brain damage talking, but you've definitely never heard of monodynamic or one speaker systems.
Maybe the brain damage talking. You have no headphones. What, you need headphones to spin tape?
What do you know about spinning tape? Nothing.
I know you've pawned them like for lab equipment and drug ingredients.
Sorry, but there is no lab equipment and no drug ingredients.
The Stilled War, of course, you have a clean lab.
And of all cellular-based life, what's your point, Lawbringer?
No need for power on more. It feels now. It feels like our logic may be going crazy. It seems like maybe it's not them doing this. It genuinely feels like our logic may be going crazy. But I wonder if I could have got more here. Probably. I never talked to Noid. No need for me to pile on more, is there?
No shit.
Use the police, detective, step a drug lab.
Come on, that's...
Maybe, I guess. Punished by summary execution against the law. Preposterous? I like against the law.
I meant to say, not true.
So what are you gonna do with
What do you mean, do?
There's resignation in his voice. He's almost ready to drop the act. It wouldn't take a lot of pushing.
It still feels like this isn't true. Well, I don't know. They got something covered up here. Do this lawman stuff. First, tell me everything that I pass judgment. Tell me what's really going on. We work from there. I can be lenient. I don't really care. I just want to crack the case. Do what you want, and I'll do what I want. Tell me everything that I pass judgment. Call backup and haul you off to the pen for starters. My cut'll be 100%. Haven't you heard? I'm the dirtiest cop this side of the river. Haul you off to the pen.
Okay, man. Okay. Things are just so hard for an entrepreneur in this city right now.
Uh-huh.
It's not like we lied when we said we want to turn a church into the wickedest club in East Revershoal.
Right. Let's say everything after conversation with Classy. My thoughts could be going nuts.
Because we do! We totally do!
Uh-huh.
We just need to turn it into a speed lab before.
Okay, we were right. But they just don't really want to do it, maybe.
Get our foot in the door.
Why do you need me?
Like I told you, spooky arseholes moved in while I was getting all this stuff together. A month ago, the place was empty, and now it's all spooked up.
But they're not really spooky, are they?
No, man. They're spooky, all right. It's just that they would also probably call the police if we started cooking speed in there.
But the sign was way off too! I couldn't feel the love at all!
Whatever you think is right, sir. But please, we were only trying to make a living.
This is it. Judgment time.
Give me your cash. Ask for Bob first. Pack up and report to Precinct 31. Get lost. Don't want to see you again. Let's do this clean. No speed lab. Just a club. Proceed with the club. We won't work out the lab. Do what you have to do to keep the club alive. Looked into the spook situation before, and now I'll decide what I can do. Well, decide later. Yeah. Just the club is kind of fun, but decide later.
We can continue on an amiable path, right? No more misunderstandings, no more lies. Before you go, is there anything else you need?
Let's make sure we can get back into that decision.
Yes. What? Yeah, good to have, bitch to carry. It's the one...
It's
Oh,
like
weird.
He's lying
Yeah, good to have. It's the one that...
It's like he nods enthusiastically.
Wait.
As always...
Hi again. So, how are things going?
Well, see, the decision's gone now, but maybe it comes back after we do the club stuff?
As always...
Well, it said decide later. I'm gonna trust the game. Alright, we still haven't talked to Noid.
That's fine, man.
Oops, shoot.
But I've got to warn ya, our signs are still off. It'll take some time for me to get my sign on.
I thought that would be okay now, sign-wise.
I'm doing what I can.
It's not easy for him. It probably took him years to get used to Andre. He looks
Antisocial?
like a well-thought-out individual. The synchronization might be worth it in the long run.
Saw a sticker. Can you tell me anything about it?
Sticker? You mean the yellow one? Can you describe it to me?
Well, it looked like this one right here. And it looked like this one right here. And this one right here.
Interesting. He wants you to describe it, though he already knows what it looks like.
Why describe if you already know what I mean? I mean, this one, show the sticker on your ledger.
So I can hear you do it. Sometimes the outside gaze helps us reflect on things.
Noid, don't bother our guests with your games.
Conceptualization games.
Eh? Me and Mr. Cop are trying to discuss art.
You shouldn't talk like that.
Should be more disrespectful. Whatever.
The ban on foulness. That's the moralist plot to alienate us from our bodily functions so they can control us more fully.
That's right. I let people swear in chat. I don't swear, but you can swear in chat. This reflects my perceptions.
Anyhow, what was the sticker like?
Show the sticker. But he doesn't want me to show him the sticker. He wants me to describe the sticker. Yellow circle, human face, X is fries, smile underneath. I think the X's mean the guy's dead.
Good, good. What did you want to know?
Was I right? Is the dead guy smiling?
Yes, you're the 23rd person to get it right. And I've asked 23 people. Looks like it's a dead guy smiling to the entire human race.
Why do you think that's
We're all
so?
the same. Same eyes, same smiles, same death.
What does it mean?
Defeated history. We are living in the age of history, and in the eyes of history, we are always already dead. How can we ever smile then? Because history is a lie, and so are its deaths.
Lightning says heck in chat. Banned. Banned forever.
The present moment and
History.
life are the hardcore. The hardcore expels death.
Hardcore. But yes, history is a lie. Death is a lie.
Maybe he's not dead. Maybe he's just really ecstatic about the beats.
I think we should sell this. I think the smiling dead guy is symbol for communism. It's also dead, but doesn't care.
Yeah, that interpretation holds.
What makes the sticker so modern?
Simplicity was brought to us by a classical soul artist modernism, but that was a tasteful, harmonious simplicity, right? Well, hardcore
Hardcore.
is not tasteful or outwardly harmonious. It's a warning shot. This will be dangerous. The echo of man's loss, haunting him. The sticker, the clothes, the music, same thing.
Yeah, with itself seems awesome.
Not alone.
Not alone.
Many people are thinking the same thing right now. We all see the same smiling dead guy in a couple of X's and a circle. And a curve. The beat is the same for all.
But wait, if we...
Simplicity, well,
I want to nod.
sticker,
Because if we nod in
the
agreement...
music, same thing.
If we nod in agreement, maybe we can get our sine waves synced up.
It is.
Hmm.
I guess one could write an entire treatise on the thing. But what for?
Are the signs right?
Nah.
Nah.
Still strongly out of sync. Stage gamma disalignment.
What?
You heard me.
What about the machines you saw in the church?
Weird stuff. Specialised. There was a data processor and some sort of long-wave machinery. Wires going into water.
Into water,
Some
yes.
Spy sign. Or some fucked-up Samaran science sign. You know, the kind that goes headfirst into the supernatural.
The People's Republic of Samara is a product of
XP?
Rochelle's sister revolution on the Grand Isola. It's known as a severely degenerated rogue state.
Don't be too hard on Samar. They're all alone in the world. Half what we know of them is just propaganda. What's wrong with Supernatural? Severely degenerated rogue state. Well, that's what my encyclopedia says, although maybe it is propaganda. What's wrong with Supernatural? Supernatural really exists? Well, I don't know. Let's still say... Messed... Well, this could disrupt our sine waves. What's wrong with Supernatural?
Nothing's wrong with it. You should definitely be researched. You can still do sick shit with it, though.
I don't know. Is this gonna ruin my sine waves? Don't be too hard on Samara.
No, man. I was just talking about the aesthetic.
Okay. Supernatural, you think that
Most
exists?
of it doesn't exist. But there's also stuff that
Andy,
isn't
good to see
allowed
you.
to exist.
Welcome back.
The moralists think it's too dangerous for the plebs.
We're talking about the supernatural and drug labs.
Psionic powers, pale-related diseases,
Psionic
pretenders
powers.
pretending to be human, folk rights, that kind of stuff.
Finally, why are you called
The
Noid?
hardcore aesthetic is esoteric. It's not meant to be discussed with the law at this moment.
Alright, well, we didn't get our sine waves synced up. Egghead doesn't have anything new. Neither does Andre. We can, well, we can leave for one thing. But, so now we've got the church, obviously. And we've got the key to the church. But we do want to talk to, shoot, what's the name of the girl on the ice? I forgot her name. Regardless, we can talk to her about the Crab Man. And we gave her a hat.
The shaggy hair.
A cell.
So you talked to my associates, right? Are you going to help us? With the church, I mean.
I'll help you all right, which can be done in an intimidating way. Can't say ask questions first. Yeah.
Great. Let us know if there's any progress, will ya? We've been waiting for weeks here.
They showed me inside the church. What you see there, your associates try to use me to set up a drug lab. I'm guessing you knew of this plan. Like to know more about your associates. Alright, we got some questions. First, let's talk about the church before the drug lab. What do you see in there?
Oh, that. You're not going to believe me. There's no point in me telling you.
The Crab Man.
She's less prone to blurt it out, Crab Man, than the others.
We'll see. Go ahead and tell me. You're right. Let me ask you someone else. Go tell me.
Okay. I went in and I saw a woman next to one of those machines there. Noid calls it a mainframe.
Uh-huh.
She was dressed like someone who's been raised by their grandmother. You know, strange old clothes. Had this absent expression. Didn't say anything. Just stood still.
It's not especially frightening or go on.
And then, you know, right behind her, a man crawled down the wall. Upside down like a crab. Down the church wall. I think the woman didn't even know he was there. He was completely silent. He stopped right before he got to the floor. Then just hung there like that, looking at me. Right at me. I fucking turned around and walked out. End of story.
Yeah, he says hi to Rogue, apparently. Rogue claims it. You see, I hope you're doing very well today. We are doing churches and drug labs right now.
Crab, you say?
Kim's face is stone. What does Crab Man look
It was
like?
too dark. I couldn't tell exactly.
Come on. She obviously could. She already went into detail.
What do you look like? You're right, I don't believe you. You're wrong, I do believe you. What do you look
He looked
like?
a banger, okay? He was all muscular and stuff. Had a mesh tank top. I know it
Mesh
sounds
tank top.
ridiculous, but that only made it scarier in a way.
A crab and a banger?
Yes, a banger. As in a mess gang member. I know what it sounds like, but that's what I saw.
I don't believe you. Fine, I do believe you.
Why?
Seems too ludicrous for a lie. What would you stand to gain? Strange things happen. What would you stand to gain?
Nothing. Anyway, what else?
New skill point. Like no more about
My
your associates?
I haven't got much to say about them.
What do you mean? You must know something about them.
Of course I do. I just don't tell people about my friends and who they are and so on. I don't provide information on them.
To the cops.
What about you? What about yourself?
Me? I'm a silver bird.
A silver
A
bird.
silver bird.
Encyclopedia.
Feels strangely familiar. Was it an expression? And if yes, then for what? Then your mind slips and the thought is gone.
So we actually passed this 13 out of 13, but it still doesn't really get us anywhere. Huh.
Don't know what makes you think it'll be any different later, but
Guess they'll talk about your associates. Your associates try to use me to set up a drug lab. Guessing you knew this plan. Hold on, let's do a little quick save here before we ask that. Oh, shoot. The quick save bugged out and now I can't talk to her. There we go. Maybe.
hello again.
Oh, let's actually... We've got all of this logic gear on. Let's swap our logic gear back for, like, some empathy stuff. Okay.
Hello again.
Guess you knew this plan about the drug
I
lab.
did, and I'm sorry. For what it's worth, which isn't much.
Not worth much, the sorry.
This is why I didn't go into the tent. Typical delinquency.
Typical delinquency, says
You
Kim.
don't get to choose your posse, they choose you. Mine are idiots, but they're mine. I tried to talk Andre out of it. I even tried not to lie to you.
Indeed, she merely tried to omit the truth instead.
Then you opted to admit the truth, it's the same thing. Should've tried harder, misleading a cop is no joke. I don't care, I'm crazy. Loco. I just wanted to you know that I know about the plan. You opted to admit the truth.
I know, but I knew you'd see through their plan too. I'm not an idiot. I should have been able to control them. And I will in the future.
Control them.
May I ask? What did you tell them?
I'm gonna decide after I've looked into the church situation.
Oh, right. That's wise.
That's wise.
Take your time. My associates. Sorry.
To the cops.
Don't know
Okay.
what makes you think it'll be any different.
So she still won't talk about her associates, even though we've said we know about the drug lab. I thought that might do it, but nope. Okay, so there are two different things we can do. One is we could go right into the church, because we have the key now. However, I think we want to take a little bit of a jog first. I think I want to, oh.
Winter.
Ooh.
Slow to let go.
There's some shivers.
Flex some more wet snow from above.
Look around you.
The snow falls lazily, making the beach sand paler still, mixing with the rust-colored sewage runoff. It has been a cold year. All things waiting for spring will have to wait a bit longer.
What am I doing?
Looking up at the sky, melted snow dripping from your hat.
What do I see?
The sky
Shake
is
the shivers
full
off,
of
yeah.
white
If you don't want to see the poetry.
White clouds collide with one another, and the world is drenched with their debris.
The sky is full of great battleships. See, it's all poetry. How's it feel?
You're warm in your
Ooh.
hat and your coat. Like a well-equipped explorer, you comfortably survey the white landscape.
Where is Ruby, huh? What's in the west?
Broad, winding coastlines lined with abandoned buildings. Crumbling piers, salt water lapping at their dark piles. Grey and red forgotten city blocks. What remains of the pre-revolutionary effort to gentrify the coast.
But then the revolution. Beyond that to the
waters
west.
so black. Coal City in the shadow of San Martin. A boomtown. Back when coal extracted from countless shafts near the city was needed to power Revachol. No more. The coal was supplanted by petroleum from the ocean floor and hydropower from the Esperance.
Coal's gone.
Everything crumbled. These days, only the weakest remain in Coal City. Their hopes of getting rich linger in the defunct shafts under their feet.
We did talk about this earlier in the game. Yeah, he says murder everyone. That's a solution. We did talk about this earlier in the game. We talked about Revachol and Jamrock. And we said to Kim that we'd seen worse places than Jamrock. And Kim's like, oh yeah, Coal City and one other place, I forget the other place, but Coal City, oh man, way worse. Coal City is the absolute worst place, worse than this. What is there?
Below the old mines.
The old mines.
Municipal. Revachol's underground cemetery. Le Petit Rat braved the underground passageways. Le Royaume.
The rats.
Children under 14. They go underground, looking for artifacts to sell to foreign museums. And for fabled relics. Their parents let them. They go deeper.
Wipe the snow from your shore deeper.
After rubies, melchiorite, lapis lazuli, plundered from Safle and Seol during the time of the suzerain. In the burial chambers of the kings, Grand Old Philip, Guillaume II, and even in the mausoleum of Philip the Opulent. 2 kilometers underground, in a winding shaft along whose walls mirrors have been placed, so that daylight may eternally fall upon the richest of all the kings.
Our psychic shivers are super strong. Go to the west, 2 kilometers underground.
The mausoleum contains untold quantities of gold, and that special, purest of the pure magenta cocaine, favored by Revacholian royalty.
The cocaine, Philip loved the cocaine.
How can it be pure if it's magenta?
How can it be pure if it's magenta?
Snow falls, and there is no answer. Some things are not for mortals to know.
Oh, it's such good writing. It's so fun. Wipe the snow from your shoulder.
Few Petit Rat return from the shafts. Even fewer find what they're looking for. A small child steps out of the black tunnel with silver trinkets in her pockets. All around her, white snow on the extinguished coke furnaces and on the weather-worn shacks. where fathers beat their sons after drinking. The snow melts on your fingers, turning to water.
Right, so all this was just what's in the West. And if you don't have high enough shiver skill while you're exploring the fishing village, you'd miss all this dialogue. All of this. Character shiver specialization sounds fun. Yeah, we've missed a lot of shiver stuff already, which I know because in the mirror playthrough I have a higher shiver skill earlier in the game. We fortunately upgraded it using... which one was it? The bow collector. The bow collector, plus 3 shivers. So that's why we're getting shivers checks now passing. What's in the east?
The canal you crossed to get here and beyond it. Martinez proper. The district the police forgot to police. There is laughter, lights, attempts at entrepreneurial activity, cynicism.
Cynicism.
Someone is scraping snow off their windshield. At the roundabout, in the midst of which a statue of Philip III serves as a destination for grade school field trips and a fine perch for winter birds.
The statue is definitely a center point of the game, that's all.
Like all monuments, it's also a warning. 6-story ruins on the south side of the roundabout cast a long shadow over the profligate king.
Further east.
Fenced-off yard. There's a truck belonging to a logistics company parked next to the gate. Bright light from a building behind the fence reflects off its hood. Clean white light coming from the windows of a clean cube-shaped office building hidden amidst ruins. A secret.
Clean white light from a cube-shaped office building. A secret. Near... light reflecting off a hood. I wonder if we can actually get something out of this. North.
The abandoned church.
The abandoned church.
One of 2 remaining stave churches, which were collectively called Les Sept Sœurs. The other 6 sisters were destroyed during the Revolution.
Further north of that.
A serpentine strip of land weaving its way into the Martinez Inlet. Unfortunates on the run from the law, from themselves, sometimes hide out on nearby islets. Little dots in the ocean that are occasionally submerged when the tide is high and the weather foul. The remains of a camp on a jagged piece of rock, a tent, old dishes and cutlery, long since abandoned. A hermit crab scuttles among the debris, looking for a new shell. Further out, the lights burn bright on Resurrection.
Resurrection.
Way beyond Martinez. A popular spa destination for ample-bodied Ozon kids with equally ample pockets.
I'm not sure if we've heard of Resurrection, but they're much richer than Revachol. Other side of the inlet.
Then there's Ozon.
Right.
But
Ozon kids.
Falls too thick. You cannot see that far.
Our psychic powers are not good enough to know about the rich place. Before that, before the curtains are drawn.
The Bay of Revachol. Vastness, great depth. Over 1,200 meters at its deepest. Water, air-brinier than here. It is crisscrossed by huge cargo ships bearing company logos. Wild pines. Zam. Morian.
Wild pines is who we're investigating.
And at the farthest reaches of the Bay of Revachol, the shadow of the Coalition warship, Archer.
Archer.
On perpetual patrol duty, ready to unleash artillery fire if you were to rise up against the market. You shudder.
Huh. Okay. So, I mean, this... We heard one thing about this a little bit, I think. So, Revachol, there was the revolution, and we know from talking to the one coalition official we've been able to talk to inside the apartment that, yeah, the coalition is supposedly rebuilding Revachol, but it hasn't really gone anywhere, and it seems like that's deliberate. And so, if there were to be another revolution in Revachol, which there's been talk about, because of the Union conflict, there's this warship, there's this coalition warship ready to shoot Revachol again, if something like that happens. And we hadn't gotten the name before, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so this is useful. What's in the south?
The raised motorway, 881, with vehicles whooshing past one another day and night, while those who reside beneath the motorway attempt to carry on with their lives in the snow and the slush. And south of the 881 is The Pox
The pox.
was once a park, a place for reflection and recuperation for the patients of the old military hospital. In the 20s, it was used as a quarantine center during a measles outbreak that killed many children. Most everyone has avoided the hospital and surrounding park ever since.
I'm like, this is great. How have we already played for almost an hour? All I've done is talk to people in the tent and done this Shivers thing. There's so much dialogue and it's great, but it's like, oh, there's never enough time. There's never enough time.
It's completely wild now. Evergreen thickets covered in snow and industrial dust. Feral dogs and even wolves roaming in packs. The police try to keep the deepest corners cordoned off.
But
Heavy
still,
drug users do slip through and hole up in the old military hospital, hoping to find something to get high on among the hastily abandoned supplies.
raid the old hospital.
Just-
Sister, good to see you. So we missed you in our one day off. Yeah, I played some No Man's Sky. I got the Normandy. It's only available until the end of the month. I really want it, so I put the time in. Supposedly you can do it in like 4 hours if you know No Man's Sky really well, but I don't know No Man's Sky really, really well, so it took me like 7 hours.
A line of motor garages with armored carapaces hunched in the cold. A mechanic is hard at work, patching up bullet holes in the side of a Capri 40. These are the garages of Precinct 41. Snow settles on the roof of the repurposed silk mill. It serves as your station. Shivering RCM personnel hurry in and out of the main entrance.
Okay, so Jamrock is south of us. Because our precinct is in Jamrock proper, right?
Around you, the snow continues to fall. To the west, the ocean swells.
Look around. No, it's almost more.
Stairs descend
To Central Jamrock.
A man named Cooklove has a snow-covered stall there, in the market across the bridge. He sells kebab infested with fly larvae to your colleagues who believe eating it will make them immune to food poisoning.
Wait, so they know it's infested with fly larvae and they still eat it? Huh.
Snow falls on the utility district, the library, the florist, the Sarah Mauritian restaurant that offers homemade wine, and also on the brothels and drug dens, and the chop shops of the Zemyaki.
This is the most we've been able to hear about our home of Jamrock at all.
All of this built around a lake that formed in a meteorite strike. At the center of this lake, there is a little ship. There are lights at the bottom of its hull. They are lights directed toward the seafloor, looking for something, like whiskers.
Looking for what?
A chill comes
No.
over you, crawling down your back. The sand under your feet is wet. Somewhere in the south, tarpaulin flap in the wind.
Huh. So where is Ruby, my psychic skill?
Near. Snow
Near.
falls into dark water. She prays, though she doesn't believe. There is a hum in the air.
So she's near the water, and she's praying.
That's all.
That's all. What's below me?
Layer upon layer of sand, poisoned with industrial runoff. The storm drainage, hidden bunkers. Rats scuttle.
No need for secrets. All right, keep your secrets then, says Frodo. Tell me a secret of the sands, wind.
Someone stuffed a big old polar anorak into a concrete pipe under the boardwalk. It would keep you warm. You would probably never happen across it. But who knows?
But who knows? A concrete pipe under the boardwalk. Huh.
We should keep moving. Who knows when the snow will let up.
I kind of want to go right to the boardwalk and see if we can find that, but let's try to keep it in mind. Okay, so we're taking a little jog here. Because there are two things we need to the east. At least I hope it's only two things, or I'm forgetting other things. Are the drunks still out at 2 a.m. or are the drunks gone? The drunks are gone at 2 a.m., I think. Ah, shoot, I can't go this way. I have to go around this side. Anyway, to the east, there is a mixtape we want for the people in the tent. And to the east, there is also more important... Well, maybe not more importantly, but there's also a cryptid-related thing we want. There's the cryptid-related thing right here. It's a trap for a cryptid. There's our card that's crashed.
This trap's not too hard to spot, once you know what to look for. Keeping it hidden has not been a priority for the cryptozoologist.
Look
The
around.
reeds bend forlornly toward the water. Some tufts have been crushed. The broken stalks sickly pale against the darkness. In the east, the city center hums to you. The constant, distant song, louder on this part of the coast, nearer somehow. And there's that cold again. Always the cold.
Reach for the
Nothing
trap.
but locusts in this trap as well. Definitely no cryptozoological monstrosity.
No monstrosity.
One more of these and we're done.
Bummer it wasn't in there. You getting tired? One more time, I'm stressed. I do not expect monstrosity to be this trap. You getting tired?
No, I'm fine. I didn't mean to complain, it's just...
He's short-winded. Okay, so yeah, we've got... It told us... There's a trap you can check first, but the cryptozoologist says, no, check this one last, because I just said it. So we waited.
This is it.
Oh.
The scene of the party. The fire pit. Cigarettes and empty bottles all evidence it.
I mean, the scene of the crime? Looks like a lot of folks partied here.
Looks like they were here a while, judging from all the bottles. The sunken motor carriage provided them a focal point, like a goose ice sculpture or a chocolate fountain.
Looks like we've had a couple party goers here, which included me, right?
Looks like it.
Looks like they had a great laugh at the air. Some kind of theater, them. A circus production by a great clown. The clown was me. This party against the law on the ice like this, probably public danger. Circus production by a great clown.
Let's keep moving, detective.
Somehow, he doesn't want to dwell on it.
He doesn't want to dwell on me being the clown crashing the car. Okay, so we could go back to the cryptid, but we still... There's a tree we want to find, either right by the canal here or right across the canal. Is it? Does the journal say? Find the melody tape. Walk back across the canal. Right. Walk back across the canal, and there should be a tree that has a mixtape in it. Can also go to the pawn shop, maybe. Now, I thought the tree would be right by the canal, based on what we heard earlier. But I'm not seeing it. Oh, there it is. There it is.
The hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Gilles Lane. Bronze-colored ribbons of magnetic tape are caught in its
Oh, you can actually see it.
fluttering in the breeze.
Man, how you gonna get that tape back together? It's all wrecked.
Just like promised, you've stood here for what seems like eons, guzzling the sickly fumes of lorries and carriages.
Punch the tree, pat the tree, disentangle the tape. Pat the
Patting
tree.
reveals a small sticker which has almost been worn to oblivion. It reads, RCM Emergencies Desk, number 8102. Underneath a slogan, Mankind, be vigilant. You tree-hugging pansy.
The physical instrument doesn't like it.
The bronze ribbon twists around and within the branches in an intricately natural pattern. But there's something.
What do I see?
There's a twisted logic in this mess. You see the ends of the ribbon, the way it flows, how it twists and turns. It's all starting to make sense. It'll be easier to remove now.
Because we did the karaoke, we can now disentangle the tape more easily. I'm gonna say I want to punch the tree. I think it'll just heal us.
A wintry breeze blows by.
I think punching the tree will just heal us, but maybe it'll make this harder.
The hawthorn tree is disappointed by your betrayal and psychopathic tendencies. Also, your fist hurts a little.
Oh, I disappointed the tree.
Pain, it is nothing. Revel in it. Absorb it. Gain power from it.
I thought it'd be cool, but all the violence made me feel sad and hollow. Suck on that, object. My existence outclasses yours.
Yes, your pain is real. The pain of a tree is mute and base and uninteresting.
Had enough assaulting Madre Natura? We should get moving.
He looks at his watch. Look at my wrist. We gotta go.
The gnarled hawthorn
Object destroyer,
tree on
yes.
Desonge's lane. A wintry breeze blows by, making the magnetic tape flutter.
I kind of feel bad about making the tree feel bad, but that's called... What is that called? You're anthropomorphizing something, right? Giving something the qualities of a sentient object, even if it's not. Thrifty Anvil, good to see you. Thrifty streams all types of variety games, too. Mostly retro games. Check them out. The Object Destroyer. Yep. It healed us. It healed us to 3 points of health against 2, which increases our endurance score. Alright. Release the tape. It's a mistake. No!
The magnetic tape twists and turns around the branches. You just can't get it loose. All you've done is make your fingers bleed from the patting that the bronze rip. There's a twisted logic in this.
No! Alright, well, we don't cheat too much, but I'm gonna cheat that one. That was an 83% chance, and I can't boost my interfacing. So, alright, I'm gonna cheat that one. We don't have not had to cheat much. I've accepted a lot of fail rolls, but this one I can't really fix. Do I actually have anything else that improves interfacing? I don't think I do. We've got our gloves, and that's it. Yeah. But yeah, we failed an 83% chance. I'm gonna cheat it. I'm gonna cheat it.
The hawthorn tree, the pain. It is, yes.
Had enough?
The gnarled hawthorn tree.
83% chance to fail. Yep.
A wintry breeze blows
That's
by.
what that thought is
making
good
the
for.
magnetic tape flutter.
When we call trash the other day. Oh, to force a retry, yeah. But you can only force it once, right? And then if you run into another check, you fail, you know? So you'd want to, like, do everything and then do that thing.
Like an immaculate.
What? It's not locked in, is it?
Bronze rip the gnarled hawthorn tree.
Did I just fail an 83% chance naturally twice? It doesn't lock in. We've seen it doesn't lock in. It's just very unlucky.
Tree on Rue de Son with slow.
Just very unlucky.
Motions.
It's not bad unlucky. I mean, it's what is it?
You managed to extricate the magnetic tape from the branches.
I mean, it's 17% of 17%, which would be like 1 in 30. That's pretty low odds, but not incredibly low. With slow and deliberate motions, pulling, bending, and unraveling, you manage to extricate the magnetic tape from the branches.
It curls up into a mess inside your pocket. If only you could find a way to respool it. Maybe Roy from the pawn shop can help you with this.
Ah.
What's the tape for?
It's very good. I promise to make his Van Eyck's jam a little bit harder. Maybe this tape can help. I'm too embarrassed to say.
How? It's broken and unspooled. Do you think your new buddy knows how to fix it?
I think at least one of the raiders know how to fix a broken tape if they want to set up a nightclub. I'm not sure, but I'll find out. Maybe I can put me in the right direction.
You could also get it fixed at the pawn shop across the street.
Kim tells us the same thing our logic did.
Good idea. He might have the tools. The tape projector in the pawn shop uses similar tape.
Punch the tree.
The pain. Yes.
Had enough?
The gnarled hawthorn tree on Rue.
Okay, so we have the tape, but it's all unspooled. We gotta go to the pawn shop. Bundle of magnetic tape. Man. Gleams where a ray of sunshine hits the surface, but it's night. Okay, so let's go to the pawn shop. Is there anything else we need to do out here on the east side of the canal this late at night? Very few things are open. Very, very few things are available in general.
All the old
Okay. Oh, I did see, by the way, something interesting, and you can find the video on YouTube. The video on YouTube was called "Everett is helping me find my gun." So we did a conversation in the game with Joyce, where I think I re-rolled it to not tell her. I don't remember, but we could tell her that Everett, the head of the union, was helping us find our gun. And Kim gets mad at us. He glares at us, and then the next line is you say the same thing again, and Joyce goes, "You just said that. Why'd you say that again?" And Kim says, "Oh, sometimes he gets stuck in a loop. Don't worry about. Hey, let's talk about something else." And it's just kind of a meta commentary on the fact in these dialogue tree games you can repeat yourself, right? We've done it twice today, actually. But you can get rid of Kim, right? You can send Kim to go do something else for a day, and you can do things on your own. And so I saw this video, and because Kim's not there to stop you, you get stuck in the loop. You say, "Mr. Everett's helping me find my gun," and Joyce is like, "Yeah, you just said that." And then you say it again. And she's like, "Officer?" And then you say it again. Is there something very wrong with you?" And then you say it again. And eventually, your thoughts start kicking in. Your volition's like, I can't stop him. He's stuck in this loop really hard. And then your pain threshold or something is like, it's not me. It's not my fault. And your drama's like, it's not my fault either. Well, I don't know what's up. And finally, your physical instrument or something says, "Okay, we're gonna reboot his brain." It's like, could that kill him? And the pain threshold again pops up. No, he'll be as okay as he is now. And anyway, it's just you only can see that conversation if Kim is not with you. So there's maybe this alternate playthrough where you get rid of Kim as much as you can, and you see all these alternate things. Very replayable game is my point.
Greetings on this fine night. What brings you here?
You know, I fixed this bundle of magnetic tape. Oh, do you have any recordings of this bird?
The Coldimamadakwa. Sorry, I would never have guessed that you were that interested in ultrasonic sounds. Or birds, for that matter.
So you found lots of social links. Been really in all sorts of art lately, experimental things, you know? And thinking of quitting the RCM to become a cryptozoologist. I have hobbies, just like all normal people, because I'm a normal person. I wouldn't have guessed you even know what this thing is. Experimental things.
What an interesting development. Well, it's been a long while since I've gone hunting for the Coldimamadakwa.
So Roy's done some cryptozoology things.
Once knew a group of young musicians who decided they didn't want to play music anymore, and started looking for all kinds of interesting sounds instead.
Get to the point. Do you have any recordings now? That sounds so cool.
Cool or not, one of them was obsessed with recording the Coldimamadakwa. And he was one of those passionate people who know a lot about all kinds of strange things. So he got the rest of us to join in his search.
You ever find it?
We thought we did. We got together all these recordings of unusual sound patterns, compared them, cut them up and combined them into the Symphonia Coldimamadakwa.
Can I listen to it? I like how this is a lot like the Aurora Borealis, really. The Coldimamadakwa. Here, in Revachol, localized entirely on your audio tape. Yes. Can I listen to it? No.
Unfortunately,
no.
I don't have any recordings from my old life. None at all. But I do have a tape with some ultrasonic sounds that might be what you're looking for.
Ah.
Do we really have time for this?
Spin that bird song. It's absolutely necessary for my research. Nah, it's okay. It's just I heard the Coldimamadakwa outside whirling. I want to make sure I wasn't the only one. Let's talk about someone else now. Spin that bird song.
This recording comes from down the coast. Wasn't looking to record anything specific. Just left a recording device there one morning. Keep in mind, I have to slow this one down enough to make sounds well over 200 kilohertz audible to the human ear. It will be strange.
Strange. Anyway, I had no idea that Roy could be involved in this quest.
As the hum grows louder, modulating but always unnaturally uncomfortably low, like it's coming not from the speakers, but also from inside your chest. Breathing is becoming difficult.
Uh-oh, damage?
Not good.
Damage.
Not good. You're about to start suffocating. You have to stop this.
Oh, I only need one more point of half-life for that to be
He
okay.
nods to you, reassuringly, just as more diverse, higher-pitched sounds, some random, some appearing to form patterns, hit your eardrums. Seabirds most likely, gulls and such.
Seagulls?
And skewers, but...
Shh. He raises a finger. New high-pitched
A
sound.
low range of sounds is easier to handle with a focal point, but still troubling. You are mesmerized by the sounds, but also feel nausea welling up as the motif continues, then begins to recede, dissolving in what must be the sound of water lapping at the bank.
You know, now that I've listened to it on these new speakers, it's not the cold Mamadakwa. Wrong patterns, wrong photons. Probably some insect trying to sing higher than its predators can hear. Still, fascinating, aren't they? Early morning sounds.
Hmm.
The Koldima Madakwa. So, that's fair. I'm not sure.
Do we really have to?
This record, keep in mind.
As the not good.
Right, I was wondering.
Seabirds most likely.
And
A low range of
Sice
sounds.
took extra damage, by the way. But I was wondering, so we actually can re-roll this. He says he doesn't think it is, but what if we put on our half-light gloves that will let us endure that check? Will that change anything?
The Koldima Madakwa. What an once knew. Cool or not, we thought we did. Unfortunately.
Do we really have?
This record, keep in mind.
As the hum he nods to you, reassuringly, just as seabirds most likely.
And
A low range
Oh,
of sound.
well,
no, now that I've listened to it on these
passing
new
the check
speakers,
just prevents you from
it's
taking the
not
damage, that's
Koldima
it.
Madakwa. Wrong patterns, wrong photons.
Okay, can you fix this
You
tape?
mean re-spool it? Yeah, I do, but
Can you do it? I need to be able to play the tape for somebody.
I'm not some Mr. Fix-It. I'm a pawnbroker. If you want to pawn the tape, sure. Although it looks pretty worthless.
Wait, but you tinker with film tapes all the time, isn't it the same?
No, it's different. Those film tapes actually mean something to me. But this is just a worthless bundle of old tapes.
It's a disagreement on whether you're able to control whether other people like you or not. You are able to put your best foot forward. You're able to improve the odds by either changing your baseline attitude and how kind you are to them type thing. You can change your rhetoric. You can also be manipulative and try to change it directly to them, even if it doesn't reflect your true state of beings. But, you know, you can't control whether people can like you, but you can improve the odds, just like in Disco Elysium. Change it from a 3% chance to a 53% chance. Worthless, not worthless, Roy. Be the next big thing for the local dance music scene.
Huh?
What?
What do you mean?
The old church down by the coast?
Yes. What about it?
Met some young ravers that want to turn church into a nightclub and play some weird neo-disco beats there. They call it anodic dance music. Promised to help with that.
Is it any good? The music, I mean.
Not there, I need to funk it up. Now, that's the thing. You can't believe how unbelievably thin the beat is. There's nothing to it, no bass. Just goes boot-zoot, boot-zoot, boot-zoot. But they can make, this tape can make it hardcore.
Man, you're really invested in this.
3%, because your skill's too low. My thought is of amusement. At you moving away... Wait, my thought is of amusement. Are you moving away as people in the conversation? Well, presumably the conversation ended and then she's trying to return to it. Deagle sets up a joke but doesn't share the punchline right away. Oh, and actually, no, the punchline is there. Man, you really invested in this.
I'll help you out.
Thanks.
It's going to take a moment, though.
Thanks,
so just
Roy.
Sit back and relax.
He didn't even charge me.
You take some time to look around the store. The play of visuals all around the pawn shop is mesmerizing. Suddenly, Roy turns back to you, with a reel of tape in his hand and cuffs. You know, these visuals would look super cool in the church.
Conceptualization, formidable. Hey, those visuals you got here would look great in the church. Point to the lights in the pawn shop. Wait, this took more than just a few minutes. It was at least 15 minutes, but we're stuck at 2 a.m. anyway. Point the lights in the pawn shop.
Yeah, I bet they would. All those lights in a massive church hall.
Yeti dropped some whale cash on Genshin Impact, got Eula to C2, which, what does that give you? It gives you the physical damage boost from C1, which looked good, and then C2... Oh yeah, C2 looked sweet, actually, right? It means that when you use a charge, it doesn't put your cooldown to 10 seconds, it only puts it to 4, right? Which does seem... Or 6? Which does seem really strong. Alright, well, I hope it's worth it, Yeti, that's all I can say. I can't encourage it, really, and I can't particularly discourage it. It's your whale cash from 12 to 4, right? That is quite strong. But yeah, all I can say is I hope it's worth it. It's already done. It's already done. Is it so worth it? See, it wouldn't be worth it to me, but I'm glad it is to you. Alright, I would have the buyer's remorse. Bet they would. Building an army of heavy armor knights and fire. You were thinking about a flyer army at first or something, right? Or all mages? Now you're in heavy armor. Huh. Okay, the lights in the massive church hall.
A sanctuary filled with hand-picked positive photons. There would be no room for sadness in such a place.
No room for sadness.
There's a but, isn't there? There's always a but.
You and me, we can make this all true. Mankind needs this, but...
I rather like it here, too. So yeah, I'm not giving you my projector. This tape is all I can do for you and your friend's nightclub project.
Looks like he really means it.
Yeah, I say...
There's a but, isn't there?
Mankind needs this.
No. I rather like this...
Looks like he really
Still won't do it. Wait, that was at least 15 minutes.
Yeah, it was. Respooling isn't that difficult. Although I had to mend the tape in a few places.
Major surrounded by heavy armor.
Anyhow, it's yours now.
Alright, thanks for the help.
Pleasure. I'll do what I can for true passion projects. Just try not to use this tape for negative photon emissions.
Can I get a discount on the light, though? The light he used to want to charge like $900 for.
Typical Martinez streetlight sits among assorted floor and table lamps. A bargain? No, it's not.
The light.
The light has been removed.
The most important transfer.
Okay, that checks out.
$700. I've got $100. So unless we get a significant way to make a lot more money, I could like never afford that light. He says, Ganyu grins out during the form and Eula all the time, not just during ult. And you know what? Your camera isn't gonna go as nuts while you're using Eula. Zhao is up and down, up and down, up and down. But yeah, I might need to go in on a Ganyu rerun if they rerun Ganyu. You have any particular use for the light? Well, it sounds like you can put it in the church. For one thing now, I didn't have any idea of a use before. Now it sounds like we could put it in the church. One thing you dislike about Genshin is I hate that camera. Really? I don't have a problem with the camera in Genshin almost ever. Huh, she's still out at 2 a.m.? Is Joyce out at 2 a.m.? Joyce is still here too, really? Wow. There's a lot more people to talk to at 2 a.m. than there used to be. During the Dvalin fight. Oh, the Dvalin fight's weird, though, because the camera becomes fixed. The camera becomes fixed behind the platform. So Dvalin has a unique camera. Right, here we go. It's night. Don't you ever sleep?
In fact, I don't.
What? Takes a sip. Yeah, okay, that's good. That way you can answer me some questions. Why don't you sleep?
I have a medical condition of my own. Nothing unusual, though. I'm old, you see.
Wait, what? What can I help you with at this late hour? Don't you ever sleep? No, I don't sleep. It's a medical condition. I'm old. What? Better to not poke further. What? There's no logic check on that or anything? That's good.
Of course. That's what I'm here for.
But she doesn't actually have anything new. What? Can unfix the camera during aim shot. Oh.
Aye, the sea's gonna calm down soon. I can feel it. The wind is turning southeast. What's on your mind, officer?
That's my motor carriage in the sea back that way.
Oh. That's good to know, I guess.
The
Why is it in the
installation.
sea?
Very conceptual. I wasn't feeling it. It was an accident. I'm sorry. Got drunk and drove into the sea. Official investigation was launched by me to determine just that, ma'am. It was an accident.
This calls for a funeral, if you ask me.
It's just we honor the carcass of my former motor carriage.
Aye. Feels deserved, don't you think? Falling in the line of duty like that and all?
I want for you I hate death. What an odd thought. Maybe I should.
Quite odd. Our things are a part of our life world. They're made with our human sweat and they share human history.
Huh.
We should care about them as we care about humans.
This means maybe just to always be available, I guess. Yeah, it could just be a meta thing. I mean, she mentions being old. You actually do sleep less and less the older you get. You know, down from, you know, like 8 hours being ideal to 5 or 6 hours being ideal. Could she be 500 years old and need no sleep?
Life world. Someone's been reading up on last century Gotvaldian philosophers. Play it cool now.
Alright, I'm in, but organizing fuel takes a lot of time and effort, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah? You won't even be able to get it out.
8 hours sleep, I said ideal. I didn't say it's what people get, I said ideal.
To invite. What music to play at the wake? Take it from someone who's been through a few funerals. It's easiest to just leave them there and let nature take care of it.
Throw the car to the wolves.
That's all we have time for right now anyway. Come back here in June and see how you feel about it then. It's not like it's going anywhere.
It's a pity we don't get to do more frivolous activities. We'd really like that. Let's focus on things we can actually do, alright?
Yes, that is a pity. But for now, let's focus on the things we do get to do. Like the murder investigation, for example.
You like the Capri funeral idea?
Okay. Now, I want to see how this fail. Oh, shoot, she's untalkable again. Well, I'm gonna leave her untalkable. I was gonna do the 3% chance of the bad question to ask her on a date. Okay. Lightning with a link of something. Oh.
Wait.
Oh.
Take a longer look at yourself and how you're reflected in that slick chemical.
Here's something new.
What do you see?
Is that the gif where the guy disappears?
Metaphor. It's always metaphor.
Some kind of metaphor for me? Just me, I guess. Some nasty water? Some kind of metaphor for me?
This is more important than you. That's the blood of industry you see before you. The runoff from Coal City, further down the coast. The engines of fortune once roared here. Great wealth poured into Revachol, the Delta, as did smoke, waste, sickness, life.
What happened?
The engines stopped.
We just heard about this from Shivers, actually.
The industrial base was dismantled after the war. Now, extinguished coke furnaces dot the landscape. A landscape despoiled by industry.
Yeah, and it was replaced with stuff taken from the ocean, right?
Filth. This needs environmental action now.
Don't see the problem. Revachol moved on to a service industry. Give it the times, yo. West Revachol, an industrial base. That's so me. There was a serious dereliction of duty in this cleanup.
Perhaps you could dedicate your life to cleaning it up. But you're a cop. You must concern yourself with different messes. Even so, it's pretty to think.
Huh. Alright, we just think about the filth. The filth of the coal going away. Alright, well, it's time once again, probably, to maybe get ourselves involved in something we don't have time for, because I really do want to go into church, although it's Hearthstone time. Okay, we got the tape, and we want to go into the church. But the church, I mean, the church could be a big thing, you know? But I really want to see this person in the church and the crab thing, the possible crab thing. Church made 3 streams in a row. At least 2. Amity says things. Maybe. I don't know the situation well enough, I'm sorry. Who do we give the tape to?
The large-headed...
Incremental
Here we go.
progress. Yeah!
Found this reel tape and we can use it to harp the Ike Jam.
Yeah! Remix time!
Yeah!
It goes here, into deck B.
A hand on his ear. He listens to the audio through his headphones and shouts.
Wow! Did you get this from Arno himself?
A great excitement is bubbling to the surface within him. This is big.
Found tangled up in a hawthorn tree. What do you mean?
Listen, I'm just going to show it to you. Ready?
Ready. Ba-bow, ba-bow, ba-bow. Bow, ba-bow.
Here's that! The signs match perfectly! Now, if only we had the beat for the full assault, it would be unbelievably hyper!
The full assault?
Intriguing. The way I see it, Van Eyck based his remix on some famous original piece, like a folk song, something local. Seems you found an initial part with the main melody.
I think it's just happenstance. Chaos in action. Contingencies of our limited existence.
You ruined it.
That and Egghead's fantastic talent.
You don't like the ba-bow?
No, this is definitely part of the same song. Something cut from it. It fits too well.
Maybe Arno Van Eyck lives around here and he threw this part of the song away because he thought it was bad. Andre's got it. Sounds like a local song remixed. I agree with Noid. It's just luck and Egghead's incredible mixing skills. Okay, so it's not 3. It fits too well. Well, something cut from it. 1 is the only thing we can say related to logic. Don't like my ba-bow.
Be how it may, if it fits, it fits! Bring up the volume!
Thought gained, Arno.
What about the bass? Do you have any ideas for that?
Yeah, I remember. You said it needs more bass.
You can't just leave it without a bass track.
Honestly, that's what springs to mind right now, but I'll see if I can come up with a solution down the line. I think it's good enough as is. Adding melody has been mass improvement. It's pretty hardcore now.
Yo, the warrior! The warrior of dance music!
Don't be too hard on yourself if you don't figure it out. I think the jam's already pretty ultra.
But it could be hyper hardcore!
Arno Van Eyck. Question won't leave you. Why did the melody line from broken discarded tape fit so perfectly into the song played by some speed fix and a frozen tint? Can't be a coincidence. Maybe it's the hand of the man machine himself, his attempt to perfect an attempt to craft a perfect song. Maybe Egghead is actually Arno Van Eyck in disguise. Ike Egg? Interesting. Interesting. I'll consider learning that. Because right now we have no clue about where the bass line is, do we? Hearthstone Disco crossover win. Well, they just did Mass Effect No Man's Sky.
See, you're here again. Nah, you heard me.
Alright, our signs are still not aligned
Hi again.
As always.
with Noid. Alright, then we've done everything we can here. Let's try to go to church real quick. I don't think we're gonna be able to, like, set up the nightclub, but I just want to see who's in there. I just want to see who's in there. Three mana, 3/2, hyper hardcore. If all the minions 10 attack this turn only, that is probably lethal. That's like turn 3 lethal, or turn 2 with coin.
Twice your height stands shut in front of you. The rectangular sea-worn ornamentation appears in stark contrast to the padlock.
Open
Carelessly
padlock with
drilled
key.
until the lock turns easily. Feels like electricity and a very small piece of nothingness.
Let's go.
Pull on the
A great
doors.
whoosh of air rushes into the dark inner
Too weak. Cheers, no volume.
as
Gonna
though
make it skip
rushing
spell
to fill
too.
a great vacuum.
Value, rather. Value. I said volume. Wait, Mass Effect Crossroad in which game? In No Man's Sky, they added, and it's only available to the end of the month. But if you do the current season of objectives, which took me 7 hours, supposedly you can do it in like 4 if you know No Man's Sky really well. But yeah, you've got your fleet in No Man's Sky that you can get, and it gives you a basic fleet in the season, and you've got your little frigate ships that can send on missions, and you can get the Normandy. You can get the Normandy from Mass Effect to follow your fleet around and be part of your fleet permanently, which is pretty cool if you're a Mass Effect fan. You can fly. You can't go onto the Normandy, but you can fly around it, and it's the Normandy from Mass Effect.
In the heart of the city,
And you can send on missions, like I said. Ooh, interesting camera pan. Immediately we get like an Inland Empire thought. Strange stillness suppose you look ahead. You should walk here, not run. Oh. Okay. I don't remember how we switched from walking to running. Movement. Settings. Voiceover mode full. Oh, huh, you can change it back to the old thing? Hardcore mode is harder. Checks are harder. Healing items are more expensive. For all your sweat and toil, though, tasks reward a small amount of extra XP. Huh. I thought there was an option for auto run. Okay, now we're walking. It was on caps lock. That text got thrown off screen. This figure's added later. It's not part of the original church. Why is the game with Twitch integration? Apparently, if you do Twitch integration, you have to install an extension, which I didn't really want to do, to be honest. But apparently, like, you can have Twitch chat temporarily add points or lower points to your particular scores, and they can also vote on which dialogue options to pick. More of the forked lightning pan you saw outside. Bark beetles. No, it was intentional. Some long-forgotten style. Blackboard's filled with complex equations. They look recent. There's some shoes over there. Bowl is filled with water. A live wire runs directly into it.
Silence in this part of the church. It's almost palpable. All the shifting matter and shuffling of living things is gone. Nothing seems to exist beyond the church anymore. Maybe if you were to stand in just the right spot, even your footsteps would be completely silent.
I think I hear something.
And then it's gone. Almost all of it. But for the faintest of hums, it seems the sound here is detached from its source somehow, if not blotted out outright. Truly unusual.
There's wires to a bunch of different pans of water.
You can hardly hear your own breathing.
Yell as loud as you can, stomp your feet, and clap your hands.
You produce a few muffled thumps, after which the silence feels even more total, somehow.
Yell as loud as you can, apparently.
Your voice is barely audible. Not a howl, but the softest of whimpers. It's unnerving.
What's happening? It's just a very acoustically negative spot?
The lieutenant points to his ears and shakes
She's money.
his head.
I saw the shoes before the money, but they're
Leans
both right next to
closer.
each other.
Can you hear anything?
Huh, and they actually, I think they did change the mixing of the voice there, right? They tried to make it very tinny to remove the echo factor of the bass. Almost nothing. It's beginning to worry me. Not really, but it's extraordinary. I've never experienced anything like this.
The church just has strange acoustics, some engineering trick.
His detached tone conceals how uncomfortable he is. Maybe the church was designed this way to prevent boisterous activity, singing and dancing.
They want to discourage singing and dancing. It's probably nothing. Definitely real. Someone else happened around. So maybe they want to discourage singing and dancing.
Could be.
He doesn't seem entirely convinced, though.
Look into the bell tower.
The orderly rows of ceiling panels become clearly visible, then disappear completely in the darkness of the tower overhead.
If I want to know what's up there, try to see beyond the shadows. Sight 0. 3% chance of success. 0. Yep. Blind as a bat.
Just darkness without end. It makes your
Plus
head
1 HP though. Yep. From one of our thoughts. Close. Yeah, you're right, actually. 4 and 6. 3% isn't 0. It's true. What's the darkness like? Try to make something out. Anything. What's the darkness like?
filled with vague shapes of woodwork. You know, in
Hey,
the
we got
middle of the
encyclopedia.
last century, there was a group of Revacholian painters who famously disdained the use of black.
Heroic Encyclopedia. What do they have against black? Why only Revacholian? What do they have against
They
black?
wanted to capture what it really felt like to look at the world, to be inside color, to be blinded by early afternoon light on the crests of sea waves. Such an effect is best achieved by using the juxtaposition of complementary colors rather than the addition of black to create contrast.
Maybe I should take up painting. Seems unfair black. I like black. Look at it. Sounds complicated. Maybe I should take up painting.
It's unclear if you have enough years left in you to make up for your lack of technique.
Why only Revacholian?
Revachol was an overwhelmingly colorful place back then. They made most of the world's dyes here.
Can I use this to see through the darkness up there somehow?
No, this is just an intellectual musing. In fact, it's probably dangerous to waste time like this. You should stop.
Try to make us so on anything.
There's nothing.
Nope.
Officer, what are you looking at?
I don't know what I'm looking at. Blink. Oh, it's the
You
crab
see
man.
something
It's
hanging
Gollum.
from the rafters, looking straight at you with dark eyes. Maybe it's possible to talk to it.
It's already labeled Tiago. I'm fascinated by the golem creature. Oh, shoot, we're running again. Ah, shoot, I'm still running. This is fine. Hopefully it won't mind me taking this pain threshold scarf. We have a drama necktie right now. Now we could up our pain threshold. I will talk to the creature golem after we get those shoes. Spider spun a web around this wood-carved pillar. Actually, maybe I should look at the machines first. I don't want to go through the opening, I don't think, but... First loot, then talk. Exactly. Shoes. Empathy shoes! Ah, so we could replace authority with empathy shoes now. Interesting. And, Emile, or whatever her name was. Wow, I can't remember that name. She said she thought the figure looked like a Mesk banger, and that's what this is labeled as. Some nice looking shoes, too. Yeah. There they are. A cell, yeah. Emile, I don't know. A portable tape recorder. A recording of something. Cold wind blows in from the broken gallery, makes your skin crawl. Something siphoning electrical current from outside into this antenna. The antenna is buzzing with energy.
A machine stands in the corner, watched over by the figures on the stained glass window.
A radio computer. And it's turned on.
These machines sometimes harbor traps, he thinks. Alarm systems and the like. Let's be careful.
We should probably let it be.
It's recording something, now recording up something.
There's no trace of the suspect anywhere inside the church.
Step behind the computer. What's this strange
Radio
thing?
Computer. We have one down at the station. No, I don't know how to operate it or what it's used for. Let's go.
A quaint little box of radio waves.
Let me investigate. Step behind the computer.
You see fluorescent play and print buttons on the
This would be a
keyboard.
bad idea.
The hatch connected to the central compartment is wide open.
I think the text for the empty shoes walk a mile in their shoes, something along those lines.
The lieutenant says nothing. You see the machine's glowing frame reflected back from his diamond-shaped glasses. You're free to proceed.
Look inside the
Behind
compartment.
hatch sits a cube-like crisscross of filaments, smoldering in the dark like fireflies. Silver tape on the side says, in black marker, log, February to March.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna mess with it until we've talked to Gollum. We're probably gonna talk to Gollum and then return to the church on Thursday. 2 reel-to-reel tapes spinning on empty. Alright, let's talk to the creature Gollum. And now, probably the last thing we do, as fascinating as this is.
Is that a man? Looks more like part of the carpentry of the building came alive and is now studying you intently.
Please show yourself, hey, who's there? Be quiet for now. Hey, who's there?
The man leaned forward a little.
Hack the rear right down there and more RAM. It's always a good option.
Gaze, then speaks.
Habitual alcohol use has made you into a scared little pussy, Holmes. But don't worry. Everything's gonna be alright. You come to the right place.
Okay.
That accent is Villalobos, a peninsula in Mesk and a district in general. There's a sizable contingent of Villalobos-speaking Mesks in Revachol.
Right place for what?
Here you can receive the mother's love. And when you're ready, she will take your hand and lift you out of the despair at the bottom of that bottle.
Lift you up to live in the rafters.
This man is obviously a habitual narcotics user. Do we really need to question him?
I'm put off by this religious stuff, he thinks. And maybe the ceiling climbing, too. It's all very hard to square with the lieutenant's own view of reality.
It doesn't fit his reality, the creature Gollum, and so Kim wants to just get out of here.
Hey, and what was that about the bottle again? You haven't even drank that much lately.
That's true.
It's already.
That's true. I haven't drunk anything this whole playthrough, I don't think. Please, man, you talk about police things. Don't know anything about alcohol use. Oh, hell no! Run away! Guess I have a problem. It's began to handle it a little bit. I don't know anything about alcohol use.
Yeah, sure. You don't know anything about alcohol use. You got it all under control, Way. I could smell the control all the way over here.
Doing just fine, thank you. Okay, fine, I'm struggling, but you don't need to lecture me. I know what I need to do. You don't know me. You don't know me. You don't know what it's like. There's something white pursuing me. White and very sad. Conversation making me uncomfortable. Let's talk with someone else. I'm struggling, but I don't need you to lecture me. I know what I need to do.
Not all of it. I was like you once. You don't know all the havoc Albino is wrecking on your mind and your spirit. Necesita parar, homie.
You know, actually, since we're here, you may want to pay attention to what the ceiling climber is saying.
Kim's like, you know, listen to the Gollum telling you to stop drinking. For some reason, I feel like you have a point there. Who do you think you are? Some crazy guy under the roof? What is this? You know, alcohol is central to my deity. If I wouldn't drink, I wouldn't be me. Dude, I don't even know what this is. It's all well and good when you talk about the unlicensed occupation of ecclesiastical property. I feel like you got a point there.
Don't trust me. Trust the mother. I'm only the messenger, Holmes. This is the Church of the Mother of Silence.
Mother of Silence, and there's the odd lack of acoustics.
You have no idea what the fuck he's talking about. Is he just trying to throw you off your game? 'Tis not an act, my liege. Save him perchance, he hath deceived his very self. This man is a zealot.
Mother of Silence. You must be the crab man. Some ravers want to turn this place into a nightclub. You know where the other spook is? The spooker. Quite strange machines. Around you. Ravers want to turn this place into a nightclub.
Once in the tent outside, right? I see them. Think they scared of me.
Wait, do they have a reason to be scared? So, what do you think it is about the nightclub? What do you think about the nightclub? Trust you won't get in the way of the enterprising youth? The business looks promising. Turn to your nightclub. I have to say it's not a great idea. You should support it. They have a reason to be scared.
Nah, man. They look pretty funny. And I don't harm no one anymore.
Anymore.
Though he used to, a long time ago.
What do you think about the nightclub?
Why not?
Why not?
They wouldn't bother me none. I'm usually way up there, imbibing. Ain't no music on earth that can reach where I go.
The acoustics in the bell tower are zero.
Why even be nice to have some company?
He said that in spite of himself. He's more attached to the human than he'd like to think.
You must be the crab
I
man.
haven't known myself to be a crab. But if that's the name you got for me, I won't stop you from using it.
There's a line very, very similar to this on in Firefly. A character who says, you know, am I a lion? I don't think of myself as a lion. Might as well, though. I do have a mighty roar. No, I didn't say a lion. I said alliance. Oh, that's weird. To be fair, it's really more like a spider. If you're not a crab, then what are you? You just weren't moving like a human. Neighbors give it the name, not me. Not a crab, what are you?
I always thought of myself more like a flame.
Flame.
Flickering along the rafters and beams. It may be that I gotta work on my technique.
That's not the only technique he's working on. Look at those carved sculptures. And is that a satchel of tools over there?
You carve these sculptures.
Sure am.
Plus 5
Whittling
XP.
wood used to be something I just did to busy my hands. Now I use those same hands in service of something greater than my own restlessness.
All right, let's consider the context and meaning here.
See what you've done here. It's as if these figures are trying to become one with the church, or perhaps the mother herself. Got some nice curves going there. Seem a bit derivative. You're promoting the objectification of women with your reactionary depiction of female bodies. Honestly, I don't get it. These figures can't finished. Figures trying to become one with the church, perhaps the mother herself.
It's all just for the mother, man. No need to overthink it.
Where were you before we became a crab
I
man?
was in a gangway, but my memories of that time are fading. Most of them are already gone.
Actually, I don't know when was the last time it was said. Rogue questions some pronunciation. Silence and curve. It's all Hearthstone. I was in a gang. So many people losing their memory. Certain portent of doom. Lost my memory too, and it haunts me. Lost my memory too, but I like it. It's like I create a whole new me. Start again from scratch. We're not using drugs or alcohol in the game.
That's not really the point, I say. You gotta give yourself over to service. Service of the mother, that is.
Do you remember your name, sir?
The lieutenant is not particularly interested in this information. He's just trying to assert some control over the conversation.
Diago's my name.
Which we knew from the subtitle.
Don't mean much to me these days. A name isn't just your identity, but also, so to speak, your place amongst your fellows. Your place in the world. I ain't got no use for such a place anymore.
My name's Siri. Extend your hand for greeting. He's way up there. I'm Siri Dubois. My place in the world is Lieutenant W. Freighter. I love the W. Freighter so much. I don't do names either. Names are out. I don't care what mine is. W. Freighter.
That's just the thing, Holmes. None of that matters.
What are you doing here?
This is a special place.
Special place.
There's a perforation in the world up there. A way out. into nothingness. This church was built around it for purposes of veneration.
Special place, perforation in the world up in the ceiling. So he's saying that the silence is inherent to a hole in the universe up in the sky, it seems.
I circled it, nurtured by the silence bestowed by the mother. One of these days, I'll be pure enough to go drink from it directly.
What happened when you drink from this perforation? Still understand what you do in the church. Are these yours? Show them the scarf and shoes found running around. Yeah. Well, Susan Mother silence, but I'm more interested in what will happen when you drink from the perforation.
Oh, that's no simple question, Essa. She is one who can be painted or sculpted. She is a cavity in the dark, beyond sense. She saved me, but I couldn't describe her to you. No one can, Holmes, and no one ever will.
What will happen when you drink from the perforation, from the silence?
I will be incinerated, but not destroyed. Finally, I won with the state of the world before reality began.
For time.
That sounds a bit like substitution behavior, no? You know a thing or two about that.
Oh, I'll ask this, but he might get upset. Are you sure you didn't just switch one drug for another? The drug of silence?
It's not like that at all, man. It's just faith and joyful service.
Too gleeful, those words. He is lying. Not to you. To his very own self.
Wonder where this goes. You have a point. Let's agree to disagree. Being insensitive. But you can, thanks to drama, probably. Faith is a kind of drug.
I heard that before, Way.
Shakes his
And
head.
I know I can't convince you on the spot. But think. When's the last time you woke up from silent communion with a hangover? Regretting what you did last night?
2 days ago. In-game.
There are drugs darker than alcohol circling your system.
Think love might be my drug of choice. I'm still hungover from it.
She took you for a good spin, huh? Don't worry, bro. That love is but a drop compared to the ocean of the mother's love. The mother will eat all of you and never spit you out.
Being insensitive.
No worries, man. I know this shit takes time.
Don't understand what you do in the
I'm
church.
a seraph, Holmes. I sing the mother's glory.
And you sing the silence for me.
I ain't from no Marietti, if that's what you're thinking. And the song I sing is silent as the mother.
Marietti is a mesque style of music and dance, commonly seen at all manner of festivities, especially weddings. It's delightfully quaint, owing to its peasant origins.
We've talked about some things in the game sounding like other things from our reality. Marietti, mariachi sound similar. How'd you find the church?
Hard to say. I think I did some construction work here, back when I still had material worries. Up there, I realized what the true purpose of the church was.
Construction work near the silence.
Been spending a lot of time here ever since. The past is nothing to me now, Way. It didn't belong to me.
I'll show him the shoes and the scarf.
I think they were. A long time ago. I had to shed them like skins to get closer to the center of the silence. You could have them. I don't need them anymore.
The sinewy figure lingers on the wooden beams, blending into the shadows.
We get a bonus question. Do you know why the church was abandoned?
Police raid a while back.
Did you witness it?
Not really. Or at least I don't remember much of it anymore. The mother's love has done its job. That's what's so great about the mother. It lets you forget about everything.
It looks like he truly doesn't remember. There's a vagueness to his sense of time.
Do you know where the other spooker is? Pointing at the strange machines.
Other spooker? Oh, esa viejita es muy estudiosa. Don't know, Holmes.
Ma?
Viejita is grandma?
There's another person living at the church. It's Vieta?
No. I just call her viejita because of her clothes. She's actually quite young. Or maybe not that young. Age is just one of the many masks we wear.
Wait, what if it's Ruby?
No, she's got brown hair.
Did it ever seem to you like she was hiding here from something?
Takes out his
You
notebook.
mean like a fugitive? No, man. Quite the opposite. I don't think she cared much about authority or anything else for that matter. Maybe only about her machines.
I see. And where is she now?
I told you, Holmes. I don't know.
I'm guessing she's through the broken glass over there, but how can you not know when you both live here?
Don't really follow her comings and goings. Just see her typing on her computer now and then. We got different interests.
Nothing else to tell
I'm
me?
afraid not, S.A. You just...
Alright. Well, that's all we're gonna do for now. And now we're gonna switch over to Hearthstone, but when we come back on Thursday, we're gonna go through the glass and see what's on the other side. There's that. So he said you can't depict the Mother of Silence, right? So I'm guessing this is not the silence, but kind of reminds me of Sauron. Anyway, make another save, and then we'll switch over to Hearthstone. Thanks for being here for the disco, as we look at the surprisingly large surroundings of the church, which does not appear to be directly involved with Ruby. I'm pretty sure Ruby's over by the found. It's not the found building. It still starts with an F, but it's the something other building. And we can talk to the kids for that. We have to wait till the next day. Also, it's worth noting, we're getting a lot done on day 3 because all this church stuff can be done at 2 a.m. So if you're trying to do things in a time-efficient manner, because we don't know, or at least I don't know, and don't tell me, we don't know how the time progression the game goes, right? Does the Union decide to rebel against Revachol or rebel for Revachol on day 5? Is there a hard time limit? I don't know. There have been some indications in the game of this will happen in a few days, but I don't know if there's a hard time limit. Regardless, we're getting a lot done at the perpetual 2 a.m.